What's going on, y'all? Forward Fabian back with a video, back with some TikTok facts that'll leave you speechless, man. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and check out my playlist, my TikTok playlist, linked in the description and the comment section down below.
Unnerving facts you wish you never knew, part 3. Chainsaws were originally invented for childbirth. There are 25 to 50 active serial killers in the US. You have a bunch of these parasites on your face that come out at night to lay eggs and eat the oils on your face. Ted Bundy, a notorious serial killer, used to work for a suicide hotline.
Weird. Creepy.
This is what would happen if you got swallowed by a whale. You would first be shredded by the sperm whale's teeth, which are around 20 centimeters long, or the size of an average kitchen knife. And whales have in between 40 and 50 of these. Let's say you're lucky and you make it past all the razor-sharp teeth. You would then start falling down the whale's throat. It would be severely hard to breathe due to the fact that there's no oxygen and a bunch of methane. The whale's throat muscles would constrict you down all the way down into the stomach. Once you got to the first stomach, you would feel hydrochloric acid eating away at your skin. After this, you'd be tossed from stomach to stomach to stomach with acid just eating away at your skin. Until you get to the last stomach where you're just a bunch of bones. Once you make it past the whale's fourth stomach, your remains will then be pooped out into the ocean.
It's crazy because ideally when you think about being eaten by a whale, you just assume that you're being just, swallowed whole into the dark abyss, a black hole. But dude thoroughly broke it down and said, you'll be dissolving through the digestive process. Well, that ain't. Okay.
Here are some facts that you probably didn't know that one day could save your life. Part 4. If you ever need to escape a moving car, do not jump out. Put one foot down and take a step. This will significantly reduce your speed and you'll have a much greater chance of surviving the fall. If you can't do a pull-up, you probably won't have the strength to pull yourself up off of a ledge. Wolves will only attack you if they can intimidate you into running away from them.
Imagine that, even fight or flight. Adrenaline kicks in, you still wouldn't be able to pull yourself up. Hey, get in the gym.
Off of a ledge. Wolves will only attack you if they can intimidate you into running away from them. Standing your ground against a wolf pack will be terrifying, but eventually they'll leave you alone. If you ever get carjacked and they tell you to drive, crash the car into a nearby road or intersection. Most likely they won't be wearing their seatbelt, so when you crash the car, they'll get injured and you can take this chance to get out of the car and run like hell. If a service dog ever approaches you without its owner, follow them and do it quickly, because you could potentially save someone else's life.
Here's how to actually lucid dream. Lucid dreaming is when you become aware that you're in a dream, and this means you can now control everything. It's very fun. So here's the technique called MILD. It stands for Mnemonic Induction to Lucid Dreaming. It's the method that works for me. As you are falling asleep, repeat the phrase in your head, I will control my dream. I will control my dream. I will control my dream. By repeating this mantra, you're encouraging your brain to be aware when you begin dreaming, and therefore, you should lucid dream.
Interesting, man. I've always, not always, but there's times where I'm in full, complete control of my dream. I was about to say more often than none, but nah, it's probably not that often. But there's times, I would say more often than none, especially in those horror dreams, the ones to where you're being attacked by something, you're scared of something, and then you're able to overcome. I'm always being able to be put in a position to where I overcome, and I'm not just in complete fear or it's a complete nightmare the whole dream.
Things you did not know about Black Panthers. Black Panther technically isn't a species, just leopards and jaguars with extra black pigments called melanism. They're like regular jaguars and leopards, only they're more likely to be invited to the cookout. There's more black jaguars than leopards though, because the gene that makes them so dark is dominant in jaguars but recessive in leopards. They're called the ghosts of the forest because they're so quiet and stealthy that if one lived right next to you, you'd probably never even know it. Apparently there have been sightings of Black Panthers in North America, but they're all unconfirmed, so you really don't know. Which is probably a good thing because they can yeet themselves 20 feet, they're strong swimmers, and elite tree climbers. But yeah, we get clapped like chlamydia if they ever brought their talents to the US.
Dang.
They're extreme introverts. The only time they ever socialize is to make babies, meaning the desire to not let their entire species go extinct is the only thing that makes them tolerate another's presence. There's also cobweb panthers, and this is what they look like. Yeah, Black Panthers are actually really cool. Also, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. The world misses you.
Facts.
Psychology tricks to fuck with somebody's mind that I may or may not use.
Girl.
You'll never know. If someone's telling you a story that involves another person, no matter what they say, always respond with, that's actually not the way that I heard it. Every time, they're gonna change the story, even if it's just a little bit. If you're ever at a red light and there's a car next to you, but the lanes behind you are completely empty, put your car in reverse and slowly just start going backwards. The car next to you is gonna freak out a little bit, think that they're going forward, and slam on their brakes.
I hate that. That's why you gotta pay attention when you at a stoplight or any stop signs or whatever. Well, mainly stoplights. Because a lot of people don't pay attention. They're looking at their phone and they start seeing some movement on their side. And then they start going. Little do they know they're in the left lane or a specific lane. They can't accelerate when they're, the lane next to them is accelerating. They start accelerating and then they realize that they're at a red light. So that's a fact.
This one would work really well if you can get everybody in on it to mess with your teacher. Get your entire class to casually just look into the corner of the room and stare. Your teacher's gonna follow the gaze and just be really confused with all of you. What are you doing?
Huh?
Things that are way bigger than you thought. Go ahead and make the joke. Let's move on. This is the Titanic compared to a modern day cruise ship. The Titanic was the biggest cruise ship in 1912, and this cruise ship was the biggest one in 2013. This is the Mars rover compared to a human. I don't know why, but I always thought it was like the size of a dog. This is a lion's mane jellyfish compared to a person. That's terrifying. What's scary about this is there could be jellyfish out there that are way bigger than this, and we don't even know because we haven't even discovered them yet. This is the actual size of the torch on the Statue of Liberty. Here's some people to compare it with.
Creepy movie facts. In Poltergeist there was this scene that Joe Beth Williams were swimming in a pool of dead bodies, but she didn't know that these were real dead bodies. In the movie Candyman there's this scene that Candyman has didn't know that.
Is that like even legal to be able to film with real dead bodies? Ain't no way. Ain't no way this actually happened, man.
These were real dead bodies. In the movie Candyman there's this scene that Candyman has bees coming out of his mouth. To achieve this effect they used actual bees, and the actor was stung 23 times. In the movie The Exorcist, one of the actors is an actual serial killer. It's this guy who appears as a hospital technician.
Four lies
He was typecast to say the least. He fit the genre.
you thought were true. Bananas actually don't grow on trees. Mount Everest is not the tallest mountain in the world. Drinking coffee actually doesn't stunt your growth. Throwing a penny off the Empire State Building won't kill anybody.
These are random laws in the world that you probably didn't know about. Number 1, in Portugal, it is illegal to pee in the ocean. I don't know how they actually regulate this one, but I think they just put this law in effect so that people would use the bathroom like a civilized human. In Canada, it is illegal to pay with too many coins.
Oh, wow.
This law is under the Currency Act in Canada. In Idaho, it is illegal to eat a person. I would hope that this law is across the whole entire globe, not just in Idaho. There is no speed limit on the German Autobahn, and most people drive over 100 miles an hour. You cannot wear Winnie the Pooh t-shirts in Poland. Poland actually issued a ban on Winnie the Pooh t-shirts near schools and playgrounds because Winnie the Pooh does not wear any pants.
Yeah, that's inappropriate, man. We can't be having that at all.
I love this one. In Rome, you must walk your dogs daily, or you could get fined $625.
Things that are way bigger than you think. Part 3. This.
The dog watch. They're making sure you're walking your dog every day. If not, we're going to find you, and we're going to find you.
Is a human hand compared to an eagle's talon. To put that into perspective, they could probably palm your whole face. This is what the world's tallest man ever would look like standing next to Shaq. Shaq is 7 feet 2 inches tall, and the world's tallest man ever was 8 feet 11. That red line is where the average American would be. Moose are a lot bigger than you think. Some of them can grow to be almost 8 feet tall off the ground. And finally, this is how big a traffic light is. I don't know what you're going to do with this knowledge, but if you learn something, leave a like and maybe even a follow.
Yeah, we don't know about that one, my guy. We don't know about that one.
If you see this happen, you need to run fast. This is a sign that a huge tsunami wave is on its way. And the further the sea has gone out, the bigger the wave. And when you notice no water on the beach, this is your 12 to 20 minute warning to get out of there. So if you do notice a beach without water, you need to run fast. Make sure you share this message and follow for more.
You say you got to get out of there, man. Hey, comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on that. Some interesting facts, a few things that they mentioned. I mean, even as far as the animal stuff goes, uh, you know, some falsities as far as throwing coins off the Empire State Building. People think that's like basically would be falling at bullet speed, would kill somebody. That's a lie. But hey, let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comment section below, man. Peace, love, prosperity. God bless. We'll see y'all in the next video.